Hi everyone, it's Johnny from Seed. Today we've got the third instalment of what is brand strategy. So in the first two instalments we talked about the business development side of brand strategy, so the who and the why. And the second video we talked about, three definitions. So we talked about the blueprint of how you look, of how you talk and how you act. And we also talked about that it's an ongoing organic manual. Now today in the third instalment, I'm going to break down what that manual is, and it's broken down into 7 key areas. Okay, so I've got some notes here. So I break down brand strategy into 7 key areas, and that's personality, image, vision, goals, culture, message, and experience. So they're the 7 key areas. So if you are putting together a brand strategy, I would break down your manual into those 7 areas, okay? I'm going to create a video for each of those areas, probably in the next few weeks and months, but today I'm going to very briefly go over those 7 key areas. So the first one is personality. Now you might have hear about this as brand archetypes. So with a brand personality, if I was to talk about Seed, I would say that we're quite geeky, we're creative, so we're artistic, but we also have very close personal relationships with our clients. So we would call that neighbour, so that friendly next door neighbour. So every brand has a different personality, and it's a really good exercise to look at brand archetypes and look at your brand and actually break down who you think you are. Because once you've got that personality, you can then look at your social channels, your website, all your different brand touch points and think, well, do we represent that brand personality? I know it sounds a little bit fluffy, and I know it sounds a little bit bizarre to look at a brand as a personality, but we talk about relationships with brands, and we talk about the relationships with our customers and with our staff, and that relationship is formed through a personality. So I think it is really, really important. If you also look at your customers and staff as well and break down their personality and their characteristics, and then you can look at the brand and your staff or your customers, and look at, do they attract each other? Do they get along with each other? Or do they repel each other? Okay, so it is a really important task. So bear with me on that one. And the next few weeks and months, I'll do much more about brand personality. So the second one is image. And I think when we think of brand, we think of branding. So we think of brand style, brand guidelines, and obviously image is really, really important. It's the first thing that they're going to see before they hear about you or listen to what you have to say. They're going to see you as a brand and all your visual touch points. So it is really important. So if you haven't got a brand style guide, I do recommend that you start working on one, and working with a really good designer or an agency on your style guide is really, really important. So that's the second point, is image. The third one is vision. So we did actually talk a little bit about vision on the second video, because we mentioned about that it was a guideline for everyone to work towards, or a pathway for everyone to work towards. So vision is really, really important, because you want your staff and your stakeholders to buy into your vision and see where you're going and where the brand is going long term. The next one is your goals. So what are your brand goals? Is it the quality of your product? Is it the type of customer you want to work with? It's the awards you want to win? Do you want to change the world? You're having key goals that you want to achieve in your brand is extremely important, and it empowers your staff and the people that you work with to achieve those goals with you, and that's always really, really good. Okay, the next one is culture. So what happens within the business? What's the culture for your staff members? What's the culture for anyone that works within the organisation? Hopefully it's a good culture, hopefully it's a positive culture, but you need to be thinking about the day-to-day and the attitude within the office or the business, and people's perceptions in the business and out of the business. It's really important. Okay, the next one is your message. So what are you trying to tell the world? Are you trying to solve a problem? Are you trying to create change? Are you trying to be an industry leader? What's the message that you're trying to tell everyone within the organisation, but mainly outside of the organisation? And the last one is experience. So when people buy off you or work with you, they will have an overall experience, good or bad. And you need to make sure that the experience is a positive one. And when we talk about customer experience, from the moment they walk into your shop, do they buy something, do they leave, or they receive advertising or marketing after they bought off you, what's that experience? And you kind of want to map that out. Okay, so just to recap, if you're creating your ongoing manual, your blueprint, your brand strategy, I would break it down to 7 key areas. And those key areas are personality, image, vision, goals, culture, message, and experience. Okay, so that's it for me today. Have a wonderful day. If you need any support or advice, please give me a call or drop me a message. The other 2 videos are on my YouTube channel, and I'll drop the link to the YouTube channel in the comments below this video. But have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you.
Brand Master Flash with me, Johnny P. Brand strategy, art direction, and marketing